In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful. In this very first video, we will be talking about very first quality indicator of KHDA, which is how good are the students' attainments and progress. So here are 2 points which you are supposed to keep in your mind. Number 1 is students' attainments, and number 2 is students' progress. We'll be talking about students' attainment and progress one by one. But before discussing students' attainments and progress, we'll talk about 3 terms, because these are the terms which will help you find differences between outstanding level, good, acceptable, and unsatisfactory. The very first term is most. Most means the biggest number or amount of something, the biggest possible number or amount of something. Number 2 is majority, the large number of something. The word majority does not show that biggest number of something, which is shown by the word most. The third term is in line with. In line with means to be similar to something, or to be at the same level, to be equal. Now let us talk about students' attainment. When your school can be called outstanding in case of students' attainments. If most students attain levels that are above curriculum standard, your own curriculum standard, first of all, students' attainment against your own curriculum standard will be measured. Here, if most students are attaining levels that are above your own curriculum standard, your school will be outstanding. In external examinations, most students attain levels that are above international standard. After judging the attainment of your students against your own curriculum standard, expert will judge the attainment of your students against international standard. In external examinations, if most of the students attain levels that are above international standard, your school is attaining outstanding level. Most students demonstrate high level of knowledge, skills, and understanding in their recent work. Experts will go to classes. They will talk to students to check their knowledge, skills, and understanding. If most of the students, the biggest possible number of your students, demonstrate high level of knowledge, skills, and understanding in their recent work, your school will be declared outstanding in case of students' attainments. Over the past 3 years, attainment has been consistently above international standard. Attainment of your students during last 3 years will be checked by the experts. If it has been consistently above international standard, your school will be outstanding. When it can be good. The majority of students attain levels that are above curriculum standard. Here experts did not use the word most. Majority. The majority of students attain levels that are above curriculum standard. In external examination, the majority of students attain levels that are above international standard. So again, the key word is majority. In case of outstanding, most of your students must attain levels that are above international standards. The majority of students demonstrate high level of knowledge, skills, and understanding in their recent work. Their work will be checked by the experts their knowledge, skills and understanding will be judged by the experts. If majority of students demonstrate high level of knowledge, skills and understanding, your school will be declared good. Over the past 3 years, attainment has been above international standard or has improved significantly, then your school will be declared good. When it can be called acceptable. Most. The key word is most. The biggest possible number of your students attain levels that are in line with curriculum standard. In line, not below than curriculum standard. If it is below than curriculum standard, your school will be unsatisfactory in case of your students' attainments. In external examination, most of the students attain levels that are in line with international standard. The same idea. Most of the students demonstrate level of knowledge, skills and understanding that are in line with curriculum and international standard. It may not be better than international standard, but it should be in line with international standard. Then your school can get acceptable level. Over the past 3 years, attainment has been in line with international standard or has been variable. Sometimes it can be in line with international standard, sometimes it should be above international standard, sometimes it can be below international standard, but if it is consistently below international standard, then your school will be unsatisfactory. Unsatisfactory. Less than 3/4 of students attain levels that are at least in line with curriculum standard. It shows at least 3/4 of your students must attain levels that are in line with curriculum standards. In external examination, less than 3/4 of students attain levels that are at least in line with international standard. Against the same idea, at least 3/4 of your students must attain levels that are at least in line with international standards. Less than 3/4 of students demonstrate level of knowledge, skills and understanding that are at least in line with curriculum and international standard. So again, at least it should be 3/4. Over the past 3 years, attainment has been consistently below international standard or has been variable. Or has been variable means sometimes it tried to improve to become in line with international standard, but most of the time if it is below international standard, then your school will be unsatisfactory. Progress. When your school can be outstanding. Assessment information indicates that most students make better than expected progress. Here again there are two keywords, most and better. Most of the students must show better than expected progress to attain outstanding level in case of students' progress. In lessons, most students make better than expected progress as measured against their learning objectives. You know, when you are teaching a lesson or something, any topic, you have some objectives in your mind. If most of the students are making better than expected progress in case of achieving all those objectives, then your school will be outstanding. When your school can be good. Assessment information indicates that the majority of students make better than expected progress. Here the experts use the word majority, but they must make progress better than expected. In lessons, the majority of students make better than expected progress as measured against their learning objectives. So again, the key word is majority, the large number of something to attain good level. Acceptable. Assessment information indicates that most students make the expected progress in relation to their starting points. Most of the students, the biggest possible number of students, must make expected progress in relation to their starting points to achieve acceptable level. In lessons, most students make expected progress as measured against their learning objectives. Unsatisfactory. Assessment information indicates that less than 3/4 of students make the expected progress in relation to their starting points. Here again, the key concept is 3/4. At least 3/4 of your students must make the expected progress in relation to their starting points. In lessons, not enough students make sufficient progress as measured against their learning objectives. It will be judged by the experts, but at least enough students must make sufficient progress. Students are working at a level below what is expected for their ages. Experts will also check whether the students are working exactly according to their age level or not. If they are not, your school will be unsatisfactory. The rate of students' progress is too slow. It must be acceptable to achieve the acceptable level. If it is too slow, if it is not acceptable, your school will be unsatisfactory. If you want to watch my other videos on other quality indicators of KHDA, you can visit my channel on YouTube, or you can visit my particular website which is made for the quality indicators of KHDA. And the website is www.khdadxb.wordpress.com. Thanks for watching. I suggest you to watch this video more than 2 times. Have a good day. Thanks again. Goodbye.